Hello. Good, how are you?
Pretty darn good. You?
Not bad, I like good.
Totally, yeah. I've got some showings today and I thought it was gonna be, what, 90 or something gross.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely in the inside here in the office, but.
So what did they say to you?
Yes. Yeah, I'm not a big skirt or dress person, but in the summer.
Oh, I'm always in skirts in the summer because it's way cooler.
We were just talking, I said, don't you wish you could wear a skirt?
Yeah, I was thinking I'd have to go get some, like, I some black shirts, so I don't have a black pants.
Yeah. Well, I have 3 of these, Eddie Bauer.
Oh, okay.
You know, we got the little shorts underneath.
Oh,
I have a black, gray, and navy.
Seriously, I didn't know. Okay.
And they're nice, you know, lightweight, but I just feel it's cool.
I need that, I just haven't gone to stores yet. I need to start doing that.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
I got these last year.
Yeah, yeah,
Right online.
okay. Yeah, who knows? It's changed a little bit.
But yeah, not the right way.
I'm Shannon. So,
I'm Kelly.
okay.
Ronnie.
Ronnie, okay, Shannon.
What's your last name?
Yeah.
Last time I sat there, I couldn't see anything when I was clicking.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see. What are you doing to me?
It's not helpful.
Right? Like, stop it.
I really did. It was running to the theater.
So, but yeah, it was my first 10 years. Then,
It was fine. No, but like, I got around.
awesome.
Good.
But I do get.
So let's talk then. Let's.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
We met actually.
How long have you been doing this again?
About 5 years.
Yeah.
Like a month.
Yeah. Like we were in
Really?
TV together last summer.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Probably,
And I just.
hopefully.
You know what I thought to you.
Just so you.
I'm going to sit down, but yeah.
Just so you.
So I know what the heck's going on.
Okay. Yeah. Just right around there. And I just decided here. Yeah.
I don't think any of them.
Okay.
Just to, I got
No,
a
it's your job.
clicky,
What's your official job?
clicky job.
Change your name, like.
Need a name.
Yeah.
I am the clicker.
Official clicker. Yeah.
It's all, it's not bad yet.
I feel like it's still.
You're welcome to
Right.
go back with, you're welcome to go back with opener. I typically do.
That's what I'm doing.
That works. Yeah.
And I think it was so in graphic mode, I was like,
Yeah, and I did it.
They were, Berkshire Hathaway,
Okay. Okay.
but I also moved to
Toledo's.
I had a.
Yeah. Just fought with it yesterday.
what's up, the clock? Oh, right, I think it's because I went backwards a little bit, and it stopped. I was like, oh, you don't want to go back to time, huh? That's fine.
crazy, how much John Monroe,
I know, yeah.
literally like crazy.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't, it feels great to see people.
Yeah.
And like, when people first are coming back, it's like, oh my gosh, people, hi, I'm in Oregon for 45 minutes and talk your face off, talk my face off. You know, when we first started getting people back.
Yeah.
But no, it was good.
Yeah.
I can't see that far.
It's just Stacy.
Oh, there's just two.
Hi,
Okay.
Stacy.
Oh, and there's like 25 on Zoom.
Yeah. I put it on Facebook too, maybe.
Kind of starting,
holiday early. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's people gone.
Yeah, there's been a lot of
people
gone.
Part of where you're
So we did Harris Roll, so I think people are taking.
Yeah,
I'm actually boarding training.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Sound like those?
Yeah. That's, Sammy,
Great. Yeah, so that's great. No, we typically go to this, big bath one.
Oh, yeah.
We're literally there for 8 hours. So we got that out.
No, there weren't any up there, so.
Live gratitude.
All right,
No, literally,
let's do this.
Good,
We're ready?
Yeah.
We're streaming?
We're everywhere.
On all the platforms.
On all the continents and all the platforms are now live. Here we go. Team meeting, let's get started. Welcome, everybody. It still feels like such a small crowd, but you know what? We've got people joining us online, and I am so glad to see all of your faces. It's great to be in a room with all of you. Yay! Distance, of course, I appreciate that as well. So welcome to the team meeting. We are going to get started with, as we always do, a couple of moments of gratitude, and then we'll do some bucket fills. So we're just going to take the next 30 seconds. If you've got paper and you want to jot down a few things you're grateful for, if you just want to keep them in your mind and just spend a few minutes reflecting on some things that you're especially grateful for this week, let's just take some time. Awesome. All right. Well, some people are deep in thought and deep in writing, so I love that. Such an important thing for us to just always take that time to reflect on the things that we're grateful for, and there is so much to be grateful for. I'm going to start. So if anybody wants to share anything that wants to do any bucket fills or share anything that they're grateful for, I would love to hear from you. And while you're thinking of something, I want to do a couple of bucket fills. One, we just had Red Bench, and I just can't tell you how proud I am and how grateful I am for the people who show up for that. The conversations are unfolding every time, just a little different and a little deeper, and so I'm very grateful to everybody who shows up. And if you haven't shown up, we would love to have you there. It's a great conversation. We're talking about diversity and inclusion, and just how can we be a part of erasing racism, and we as a realtor community have an especially special responsibility to be engaged in that type of a conversation. So I would just love to see everybody there. You're probably going to be hearing from some of us who've been showing up because we're gonna be doing some door knocking around the office. So next time we have it, and it's gonna be shifting. We're just gonna do it on the first Wednesday of every month. So first Wednesday of every month at 10 a.m. Hope to see you there. And then I also want to bucket fill Jessica for kicking off Ignite 2.0. Reloaded, yes. Such a great training, and probably many of you are in the Spark program, and just like kudos, way to go. Pouring into the agents. Super proud of you. So awesome. So awesome. Is anybody else? Okay. All right. Second that. All right. Yes. It's official now.
Ready, where's the
Put it in me.
All in favor?
We're all in favor.
He's ignoring me on his phone.
He's just not,
Like,
Making it rain.
all right. Does anybody have anything that they want to share?
I gotta shout out Sammy for all her hard work in our transitions out of Dotloop.
Oh, yes.
Lots of
Thank
hard work,
you.
lots of classes,
I'll
lots of
second
planning.
There we go. It's official.
To bounce off that, I am very grateful for everyone willing to learn and adapt and change. Thank you very much. It makes my job a lot easier. So.
True. Yes. That's true. Change is fun.
It
Woo,
is.
that's what 2020 is taught us. Change is fun.
Really?
Anything else?
Okay.
Anything else? Anything else? Going on 2020s? All right. Let's go on to coming soon and buyer needs.
Awesome. Got a bunch of them.
Yay.
All right, so let's fire through it. Again, to anybody new, we have a Google Drive that we share with everybody. And then after class, after the team meeting, every time I post it in the Facebook group so you guys can access it. Just a resource for us to put in coming soons and buyer needs so that we can network and leverage the size of our office. So looks like, so I'll go through. First one, Chris Oakey, available mid-July, 315 in Lakeville. The style's a 4 or more, 4-bed, 4-bath. Corey's got one coming on end of July, 300 Empire Township, split entry, 5-bed, 2-bath. He also has one August 1st coming on 315 in Farmington, a 1-story, 3-bed, 2-bath. Megan Oren's been busy. She's got 2 coming mid to end of July, both in that 215 to 268 range. One's in Burnsville, the other's in Shakopee. The Burnsville one, quad townhouse, 3-bed, 2-bath, and the Shakopee location's a side-by-side townhouse, 3-bed, 3-bath. Shane Corn, week of the 6th to the 13th, roughly just under 300 in the Lakeville area, single-family Rambler, 4-bed, 2-bath. Sarah has one coming on 320 Burnsville, single-family, 3-bed, 2-bath. Tom's got a couple coming on this week. 295, or excuse me, start of next week. 295.9 St. Louis Park condo, 2-bed, 2-bath. Then also another one, 455 Rosemount, single family, 4-bed, 4-bath. I see in here, Tom, anything you want to add to those?
I mean, the co-op, I mean, it's terribly well maintained.
Okay.
Association is great. Sellers or the buyer's gonna get carpet paint.
Awesome. Good job. Chad's got one also coming on the 9th, 220-ish. West Bloomington, single family, 3-bed, 2-bath. And then Michelle Markison has one mid-July, 315 in Rosemount, single family, 3-bed, 2-bath. Any other ones from the crowd? Yeah, yeah, Shannon.
I'm coming soon, I just have been trying to get that address checked now. So, 2 weeks.
Perfect. Well, I'll post this on Facebook. Just make sure to hop on there, you or Dean, and pop that in there then.
Apple Valley, it's a townhome, and 3 bedrooms, and 2 baths, and 22 that you'll be going for. Yeah,
Awesome.
so right off of Highland Elm.
Okay,
So,
great.
Yep.
Colin, you had one or two?
Yeah, I've got one coming in Lakeville, I'm over by Heritage there. Big house, 5,200 square feet, something like that. I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 14 bedrooms. 1 bathroom, 3-car garage. The place is huge. I think we're going on at 650. That'll be on next week.
Okay.
Anybody want to start a commune? We'll just-
Yeah.
I've got another one coming in Lakeville, 2-story, 3-bed, 3-bath, unfinished basement. That one we're gonna be at 370-ish, I think. And then I've got another one coming in Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, in the Kenny neighborhood. 2-bed, 2-bath, partially finished basement, absolutely pristine, perfect. Of course, has a porch on it. That one will be somewhere, probably 330-ish range.
Awesome.
Cool.
Would it be easier for you to just tell us what listings you don't
It would just be easier if you typed it in the.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. 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 Yeah, have Holly type them in.
Get your work collar. Get to work.
Did anybody else have one yeah, Steve?
I've got a up and down duplex in a great location south of Minneapolis. Sold it to 15, 20 years ago. They sounds like they want to get rid of it in a hurry. Probably right around 400.
Cool.
Where is it? Just general. Just generally, what neighborhood? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, just familiar.
Busy lately.
It's in Minneapolis.
50th and
East or west of 35.
west of 35. 50th and
Okay, do you know what the rents are? Total rent.
no. I don't.
All right.
On a street.
Yeah. All right, you guys can connect offline with that one. Yeah. Chase also typed in the comments. He's got one in Brooklyn Park coming on next few weeks. 2009 build, 4-bed, 4-bath, 410. So we'll jump into the buyer needs just real briefly. I won't cover all these because we've got a ton of them. Jessica, do you want to just give a quick little synopsis on maybe your
South
top A1 South Metro area?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of townhouses.
Perfect.
They have to be on the street.
James and Sammy, anything in particular with?
Any single family up to 200, pretty much anywhere.
Okay. Lisa, 250, Lakeville, Apple Valley area, townhouse, at least 2-bed, 2-bath. Okay. FHA, okay. Anybody else just at least in the room that we can hit on real quick? Otherwise, please go and reference these. I'm not gonna take up more time because we got a lot of stuff on the docket here. So, was there any rentals for this week? Nope. Okay, cool. So remember, you can pop those in there too. Yeah, Lisa.
Is one of those documents if we have people that are looking for rentals to post on there?
In the rentals.
Yeah.
In general, it's both.
Yeah, unless they're looking to, for a renter or looking to rent. Either one's fine.
Put it in the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just with kind of the shift maybe in the market that we could see, we thought that would be a good place to also include those as well. So, cool. Yeah, I'll post those on Facebook after the team meeting.
Yes, and just a reminder, especially for agents who maybe are newer to the business, that utilizing that buyer needs is a perfect opportunity for you to go get a listing. Because we have buyers looking in your neighborhood. So do some door knocking or circle prospecting. Get with Jessica if you want to know how to do that.
Make some calls.
Make some calls. Do what you got to do. All right. So we love to celebrate when agents have capped and they are earning 100% of their commission. We have one of those people in the room today, Kelly Armisen. And also Corey is also capped. And so yay, we are so excited for both of them. And to carry on with the exciting excitement, we're welcoming 3 new family members. One of them's in the room, Maria, yay! And then Candace and Shannon are also new, so if you see them in trainings or around the office, be sure to extend a warm KWPR welcome to them. We're so excited.
All
All right.
right, can I just do a shout out for Maria?
Oh, yeah.
She speaks Spanish. So
Yes.
we're really excited to be able to refer all of our Spanish.
And Portuguese.
And English.
So we've been waiting for you. So
So excited.
So pass those referrals over.
Awesome, so excited. All right, so a couple of featured classes we want to be sure that are on your calendar. Today at noon, there is a webinar. If you want to know a little bit more about Keller Covered, that's the insurance arm that Keller launched. There is a webinar at noon, so join us for that if you are interested. Friday and Saturday we are closed. We are celebrating Independence Day, so just mark your calendars that nobody will be here. You are welcome to be here at all times, as always, but there won't be staff here. Thursday, July 9th, there's a Tony Robbins Peak Performance Workshop via Zoom, and the link is, will be in the Friday email. So just refer to the Friday email for that and everything else. And Tuesday with me, I'll be teaching a class on building a real estate team. So that is perfect for anybody who is thinking about adding a first person, or already has an assistant and is thinking about growing even further, or is really just thinking, I don't even know if I want a team. It's really appropriate for everybody. So please join me for that. I would love to have you. And then same day, Bold Pivot starts. So that will be running Tuesdays and Thursdays 1 to 3. So if you want information about Bold Pivot, let me know. But it's also the Friday email.
And Spark is going on right now.
Yes, it is. Spark is going on right now. So if you aren't in Spark, you should be in Spark. But you probably know about Spark.
1 to 4 daily.
1 to 4 daily. Is that here or is that?
Yes.
Here,
Here,
here.
here.
Both, yes.
I haven't started yet.
I can get you the recording.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can jump
It's not
on
too late.
For sure can.
Okay.
You can start today.
You too can start today.
You too can be a Spark. Sparkler.
Oh.
I'm starting something now. All right, and so these are the 4 featured classes for this month. If these aren't on your calendar, be sure that they're on. Obviously, we've already talked about the class that I'm teaching, how to build $1 million business. So David Hoffman is going to be teaching that class. It'll be via Zoom. That's going to be a really fantastic class. The investor workshop with Todd Haig. So if you've ever wanted to work with investors, if you are thinking about being an investor, he's going to teach some really awesome things on that day. And then our very own Tom Wright is teaching agent financials. So if you're not currently using a profit and loss statement, also known as a P&L, you will want to be at that class because Tom is the financial guru. And so put that on your calendar. And in the Friday.
Andy loves spreadsheets.
Hey. And if you'll notice this beautiful flyer that Steph created for us in the Friday email as well. That is a perfect attachment to an email that you would send to a co-op agent to invite them to be a part of some of our trainings. We always pick up the things that would be appropriate for someone. We have profit share with Aaron Kaufman at the end of the month. That is going to go like this for a co-op agent. So that probably wouldn't be appropriate. So we always hand select the 3 or 4 classes that would be really great to invite a co-op agent to. So be sure that you take a look at that. It's in the Friday email. Where is it, guys?
Friday
email. All right. Steph, do you have an update for us on the summer listing competition?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So as far as summer listing competition, last Friday the number was 77 listings. So we have a couple more listings to get till we get to our tiers there. So make sure to just be checking the Friday email for updates on that.
Yes.
And yeah, because we want to get to that. We want to get.
Gotta get to that 3rd tier.
We gotta get to that 3rd tier because Olivia has to do some of the dogs. So.
And there are obviously these fabulous prizes available, including a Yeti cooler and AirPods and other fabulous things.
Goes until July 15th.
Yes, so there's still time.
Yep.
We've got 14 more days.
And guess what you can do? You can do a video that you have a listing competition in your office and you want to win. So send that to all of your
There you go.
Facebook
There you
people.
go. There you go.
Yep, a video.
Put it out there. People like to help people.
I
Okay.
do.
All right, so Facebook Lead Accelerator. This is also something really exciting. You'll remember that when this quarantine first happened, we said, okay, how do we command our quarantine? How do we make sure that we are winning at the level that we can be winning with command? There are several things. It's a 1-page sheet. And if you turn that in to Sammy, you can qualify for a $25 credit for a Facebook ad campaign. So, 25, just on average, $25 is going to get you 17 leads. So if just one of those closes, average commission $7,500, bada bang.
And tomorrow the class is at 11 a.m.
Yes.
to come show me that you have completed that quarantine checklist.
Yay!
And we will set up a Facebook ad during that class, which then I will tell Mr. Taylor over here that you get a credit for that $25.
Yes, perfect. So 25 free bucks, come and turn it into 7,500. All right, perfect. Thank you, Sammy. All right, and we are super excited to be welcoming a new team member. So Autumn, if you don't mind coming on up. Yay! We are so excited to have you here, Autumn. And the
I am beyond excited. I'm just sitting at home waiting. My house is, well, it's a little torn apart right now, but it's super organized, like in the corners and stuff. I've really, really, really been waiting to come. Since March. So.
And I'm gonna have Autumn tell you a little bit about herself, but I do want to just let you know that Autumn is gonna be running our transaction coordination department. So Autumn, tell us a little bit about you.
Autumn Landon, you might see Olinger around. I'm actually going through a divorce, but I prefer Landon, thank you. I have 2 daughters, 21 and 28. I have owned a house cleaning business for 17 years, which I still own and operate. We are completely full, unfortunately, at the moment. If you know anybody who wants to clean houses, send them my way. I've had a passion for real estate since I was really young. It just has never worked out until this point in my life. And I just got my real estate license in January and didn't want to do traditional real estate, but I love the industry. So this is perfect because I love details and I love challenges and I love learning and I love serving people and making people's lives easier and better so they can spend time doing what they love to do. I'm here to help. I have a contract if anybody would like to take a look at it. We're working on it over the next month, working out the details. If you have any suggestions, if you have any ideas, if you have anything you'd like help with, I'm still learning Command. I don't know dot loop, so Sammy's gonna help me learn how to transition you from dot loop to Command. So if you need help with that, I can do that as well.
Awesome.
Other than that, I'm so thankful to be here. Grateful, thankful.
Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome, thank you. Really appreciate Just so everybody knows, Taylor, did you wanna?
Yeah, and then also,
details?
yeah, so for like the first month here, we're gonna kind of be in lab space. So if you guys are interested in maybe assisting or being a part of that, let me or Autumn know. And she can kind of work through your transactions with you, kind of streamline the systems, and then kind of really fully launch into it and take on clients full-time across the market center. So if you're interested in learning more about that and participating, like Jessica, I know you've been helping lab some transactions with her. Let one of us know, and we'd be happy to help you guys out. So and then you guys can help us out. So
Exactly, exactly. We'll learn together. So, so if you want a little help, we would love to do that. And then just going forward, you'll be seeing more information about this. So don't worry about jotting all this down. But Autumn will be helping you with the buyer side of the transaction, with listing transaction to close services. And it's $2.99 per file. So if you're in that phase where you aren't ready to hire an assistant or want to need a little extra help during the super busy months, Autumn will be a really great resource for you. So we're really excited for this partnership. Awesome. All right. And
I believe Drake will be joining us via Zoom if he's
Drake, are you here?
He is.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. Hey, so first I want to start off by introducing myself because I see a lot of new faces out there. So my name is Drake Duckworth. I work for New American Funding and I work with Brian Sunder, the in-house lender there. Unfortunately, I haven't been in the office due to COVID, but I'm hoping that I'll be back very, very soon. So I'm really excited to see all your faces. I can hear a lot of familiar voices in there. Unfortunately, I can't see your faces, but I'm here. And I just want to explain a little bit of what I do too, just so some of the new faces out there can, understand what I do. And I will be reaching out to you shortly so that I can help you with some of the things that I offer. So some of those things are just marketing in general, but optimizing your online presence, using Command at a high level, and strategizing social media marketing. So those are just some of the few things that I do, but those are a lot of the things that I've been doing during quarantine via Zoom, and I've been doing a lot of one-on-ones with many agents at KWPR. So it's been a lot of fun. I've still been able to see some of your beautiful faces via Zoom, and we've had a lot of fun so far, but I'm getting stir crazy here. I've got my dog, my girlfriend works now. She's gone back to work. She was a bartender. So, but to keep it short, I explained some of the stuff I did, but what I want to tell a lot of the agents there now is to look out for the weekly emails that I've been sending out, because we've been sending out a lot of co-branding, and that's been one of the most popular things that I've been doing. So look out for those weekly marketing updates that I send out every Monday. There's a lot of social graphics there that I can put your information on with Brian's, and you can blast that out to all your social media platforms. And then also in the weekly updates, I do these articles to share, just to kind of give you a little bit of stuff to work with. And then we also talk about different holidays. They're kind of fun, and a lot of agents have had a lot of fun with them throughout COVID. Just to name a few, you have National Chocolate Wafer Day. It sounds kind of dumb, but we've seen, that's one of the more bad examples, but National Popcorn Day, I think, is one of them too. And they did a movie giveaway via social media, and they did a drawing, and it was a big hit, and they got a lot of likes on their Facebook page because of it. And that's just one of the small things that we've been over, and it worked great. So that's pretty much it. I'll just close out with one last thing in terms of mortgage. What we do, we offer this on-time closing guarantee, which basically will give money to both the buyer and the seller if we don't close on time. And we would probably be out of business, especially during this time, if we were giving out a lot of free money. So we pretty much close on time every time. So I'll leave you guys with that. And if you would like more information, contact Brian or we'd be happy to help you guys out. So hopefully I can be in there soon. So thanks for having me.
Great, thanks, Greg. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, Greg.
All right, and Jess, you've got an update for us. Come on up.
I do.
All right.
Okay, so the first update is Spark. We're doing that, and as you can see on the wall, lots of engagement. This was day 1. LP Mama was day 2. Our numbers are there. Very exciting. One of the things that Spark has is 10 showings a week that agents have to do. And with the holiday, it's becoming a little difficult. So we had this idea that we were going to plan a bunch of showings one day, and we'd like to see homes that you guys have listed.
Cool.
So if that's all right with you, we're going to do like an agent preview next week in the morning time. So if you see that come through, showing time, if you want to explain to your client, you don't have 40 people buying a house, right? They can market it. Right? So that's one cool thing we're going to do. And moving forward, we'd like to kind of focus on that as something that we could do on an ongoing basis, kind of like a Broker Tuesday that we used to have, which doesn't really exist anymore, I don't think, which I don't know why, but
Still kind of does, but with COVID,
we'll
not so
make our
much.
own. So, but I thought that'd be a cool way for us to market our homes. And if you maybe have it in withheld status and you want to, if your clients are okay with that, we could do that too. So, and then the other really cool thing right here, we are new and improved career seminar. Everything is new and improved. So make $100,000 in real estate. That's what we're calling it. We're not calling it career seminar because what do you guys think of when you hear career seminar? Boring. Oh, like, I don't care, right? Yeah. So what do you think of when you hear $100,000? Cha-ching, sign me up, right? So this is going to be marketed through Facebook, through our Lead Accelerator. It's going to be marketed through Craigslist, and it's going to be marketed through Eventbrite. And
through our agents?
And through our, and all of you are going to help market it.
Yes.
And the cool thing is that if you have somebody that you want me to talk to, I can do like a one-on-one, like a phone call or have them come in, because that's coming directly from you. So we want to kind of foster that relationship. If it's somebody that just has reached out to you or you have a post or whatever, we can do this. This is going to be every Friday from noon to 1. And if we start to have more need for it, we can do a weekend or a weeknight. So
Great. Questions?
did I miss
Sounds fun.
anything?
I don't think you did.
Okay.
Sounds great. Awesome. All right. And a tech update.
Yep. In case you haven't noticed, .loop is going away. Or, well, let me rephrase, it's gone. So if you have not met with me, better get on my calendar. Then the second thing, if you haven't noticed on your phone, KWF had an update last night. And one of the biggest changes is right under the More button on the bottom corner, there's an affordability calculator right now. I know it's tiny, sorry. But there is an affordability calculator now on our app for our clients to be able to use quickly and easily. And see you all tomorrow at the Manager Quarantine class.
What's the best way to update our apps?
Go
Is
to
that
your
the
app
Kelly
store.
app? Is that the Kelly app?
Nope, it's the consumer app,
Okay.
the red and white one.
All right.
Go to the App Store, right?
Go to the
Okay.
app store.
Find your
Some
app.
of your phones might have it automatically updated, so you probably don't even notice that it updated.
Mhm.
But
Excellent.
cool.
Very cool. Affordability, we like that.
Woo!
Help people figure out if they can afford the house. All right. And I am just so blown away with all of the people who we get to celebrate who are growing their profit share. And so I just want to take a moment and thank all of the agents who are part of this market center who have been instrumental in helping us grow. So all of these agents have referred somebody to this market center, and those people, and have referred somebody to this market center this year who have joined the market center. So yay to all of these agents, yay. Deeper into profit share today, so you will hear a little bit more about profit share if you don't know what it is, but I find that the more times you hear it, the better. So we're going to dive into that in just a second. But again, just, really want to be focusing on celebrating you guys for opening up those conversations. So thank you to everybody. And, a lot of you have referred people to us, and they just haven't joined yet, but just so that we continue to work on those people. So awesome. And now we'll dive into profit share. We're going to just go kind of a 10,000 foot view, but this is a great opportunity for you to ask questions if there are things about profit share that you don't know for sure. So here's what we're going to cover today. What is profit share? How does it work? How a profit share tree grows, some tips about growing your own, and then building your passive income plan. So off we go. What is profit share? It's going to be a lot of slides. All right, passive income. So we all know that there's a lot of different ways of making passive income. Who can throw out an idea of some passive income stream that you have or that you know of?
Direct home sale.
Yeah, okay, direct home sales. Okay, so like a Mary Kay.
Yeah, when you get downline and.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay, perfect. What are some others? Passive income opportunities, yeah?
Put money in the bank.
Money in the bank, okay, so like, either
Certificate of
interest or,
deposit
okay,
yeah.
yep, perfect. Other ideas? Stocks, yes. Which is the one that you guys sell? Oh, yeah, rental properties, all that good passive income. So here's the thing about profit share. It is passive income, but unlike all of the things that we just talked about, there's no financial risk, there's no legal risk, there's no down payment, and there's no phone calls that you have to make. So it's a very unique opportunity. You don't have to put money into it, but money comes out of it. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. All right, so who benefits? You and your family, the market center benefits, and all of KW. Because, and this is how I kind of explain it when I'm talking to newer agents is, Keller Williams, you're never going to see, a big giant Super Bowl ad.
Are we gonna have a Super Bowl? I don't know, but are we, you're not gonna see ads on TV about work for Keller Williams. You're not gonna see giant billboards around town, hey, Keller Williams is hiring agents. You're not gonna see a big blimp in the air. Our money that we would spend on all those endeavors, what we've learned is it's way smarter for us to give that money to our agents as a reward for helping us grow organically, because two things happen then. Number one, we actually help our agents create wealth. So there's a lot of people in this room who've created a lot of wealth for themselves through profit share. But then also, if I do a deal with an agent and it was not my favorite transaction because the agent was less than professional. I don't know if that's ever happened to anybody in this room. Probably not. It probably just happened to me. It was probably a Texas real estate thing. Like all Minnesota agents are probably amazing. But the odds that I'm going to pass that person on as a referral, like, hey, team leader, call this person. They were terrible. It's not going to happen. But when you do the deal with the person who's like awesome and super culture, like we feel like they're just a KW match, that's the person you're going to refer to us, which means that we have a room full of awesome people, and that's who you get to work with. So you and your family benefit financially, of course. The Market Center benefits because, culturally, we just get more awesome agents here. And then all of KW benefits because we just grow and grow and grow. And that's how we got to be 180,000 agents strong. We're the #1 real estate company by the three most important metrics, which is number one in agent count, #1 in volume sold, and #1 in numbers of transactions. But it didn't happen because we had Super Bowl ads. That's what I'd like to say on that. All right, so how does it work? Very basic sense, here's how it works. When anybody joined, when all of you joined, when all of us joined, we named someone as our sponsor. What does that mean? The sponsor is the person who was responsible for you joining Keller Williams. Oftentimes it's the person who connected you to the team leader, or maybe you did a deal with somebody and you remembered them and they were great, and then you reached out to KW. Whoever that person is, that's your sponsor. And then the same will happen when you have an agent that you sponsor into the company. It essentially means that you're the person who connected me to them. Or, you connected them with another team leader, because remember, profit share isn't just this Market Center. It's agents who join the company all across the globe. And so an agent joins the company. Now, the next step is they pay company dollar. So we just celebrated capping. We all know that the cap is at $19,500. Once you've paid that, you're done paying for the year and you're capped. That's company dollar, $19,500. So they have to actually have a transaction in order for you to make profit share. This is the part where I want to be sure that you understand it is not from their commission. So we'll talk about that in a second, but essentially what happens at the end of every month, just like in your business, we pay all of our bills. We collect all of our money, we pay all of our bills, and then what's left over is profit. 52% of the profit on average, 52% of the profit is paid to the ownership group who took the original investment and they took the risk to open this Market Center or to run this Market Center. So 52% of the profit is paid to the ownership group. The ownership group generously gives back 48% of their profit is given back to the agents to reward all of us for growing the company. So it's owner profits that are actually profit shared. So I like to make that distinction that it's not like it's money coming away from any agent. It's the money that they paid in. That's the profit of the company. Now, the Market Center has to be profitable in order for them to profit share. So sometimes you'll refer somebody to another company, another Keller Williams office, and maybe they just launched. They might not be profitable yet. So if that's the case, you'll start getting profit share once they're profitable. Last I looked, I want to say that the number of Market Centers that are profitable is in the high 80s to maybe 90% range. We are absolutely profitable. So rest assured that when somebody gets referred to this Market Center, you are definitely earning profit share. So then on the 21st of every month, money is, some of it is, some Market Centers, like our Market Center, it's automatically deposited into your account. So you know, depending on what day of the month the 21st is, sometimes you get it a little bit early. And I know that because sometimes I'll get a text from Steve saying, hey, profit share is here. And I get excited because, you know, it's an exciting day because we celebrate that. So on the 21st of the month, you're going to get money in your bank account, and that's super fun. And then, oh, there we go. And you're not getting a portion of the agents of the associates commission. You're getting a share of the owner profit. So any questions about that before I scoot to the next slide? Okay, we'll go to the next one. All right, so vesting. So vesting is something that has changed. The International Agent Leadership Council, Associate Leadership Council, made this change. So as a reminder, decisions within the company are not made by the top. It's made, their agents are involved in the decision-making process through the Agent Leadership Council. And they voted to change the vesting period. It used to be 3 years, but now it's 7 years. So just, you know, as you're talking to new, you know, potential agents when they join the company, they will vest after 7 years. What does vesting mean? Vesting means that once you've been with the company for 7 years, or if you joined before this, it's 3 years. Once you've been with the company that long, you could actually retire from real estate and still get the money on the 21st of every month. So you don't have to be a licensed agent even in order to get that. Sometimes people get confused about that because there are companies that revenue share and you have to be a licensed agent to receive that. So you'd have to be licensed forever and ever and ever to continue to receive revenue share, but profit share is different. You don't even have to be licensed at all. So any questions about vesting? Okay. And you can will your profit share to a beneficiary. So when we talk about our mission statement, the portion of it at the end, legacies worth leaving, profit share is truly a legacy piece. You get to name a beneficiary. When you fill out paperwork, you name a beneficiary, and a long time from now, you know, none of us get out alive. So, you know, you will pass on and someone will continue to get, on the 21st of every month, they'll continue to get money. That's an incredible gift to leave people who are important to you. And you actually get to will it 2 times. So that person then names the beneficiary, and then that person gets to receive it. So it's 2 generations that that receive the benefit of the profit share. So it's really incredible. And you do have access to all of your profit share reports on MyKW. So there's a profit share report tab that you can look at any time and see what your tree looks like and see who's there. Because here's the cool thing that happens. And we're going to talk about this, but it goes 7 levels. So you know all the first people because they're the ones who named you and you have a relationship with them. But when they start to get involved in adding people into the company, especially in different parts of the country, pretty soon you're going to get your profit share report and there will be names on there that you don't have any idea who those people are. And that's an exciting day because then you know that other people are benefiting from the profit share as well. But if you're ever curious and you want to know who's there, sometimes we actually find interesting connections, like where it's like, oh my gosh, that person is, you know, like Jessica has a celebrity in her profit share tree. So that's pretty cool. A KW celebrity. Yeah, I have a celebrity. Whatever we're calling
Diana.
Celebrity, yes.
Diana and Tony.
Yeah.
And Linda and her husband.
Linda McKissick. We had them on do a profit share class for us during COVID, whatever, 4,000 months ago, whenever that was. And what I thought was kind of interesting was Olivia asked her the question. So, you know, what's your profit share? I get excited.
Wow, throw pens at me. Come on.
I'm probably gonna say the word millions if I start flying pens around. So, so Olivia's like, so you know, tell us, you know, what have you achieved, you know, lifetime for your amount of profit share? She's like, oh, I knew you'd ask me that. I should have figured it out for sure. Yeah, it's somewhere around, it's like 10 or 12 million. I'm like, you know, I mean, just like 2 million, somewhere in there. So
like 1.2 to 1.5 every year.
Yeah.
And I think what did she say? She has 14 on her first line.
Yeah, I think so. Because that's the other thing. A lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, I only have like 5 people, you know, on my first level. It's like the McKissicks who are making $1.2 million every single year and more because it just continues to grow. They have 14 people. You know, it's not like you've got to go out and recruit a market center worth of people. Now, if you want to, I'm here to be your partner in that endeavor.
I will turn you down.
We will do that together. Yeah, that'll be great. We'll have fun. Okay, so just again, your sponsor, and then you, and then you build your own tree. So your sponsor is how you got here. Now you start building your own tree. You are in the tree of your sponsor, but you now start adding some people. So the first level people, then they get excited. They start growing their profit share. So second level. So as you can see in this example, I mean, you know, first level people, you know all of them, but pretty soon, I mean, this person in Tuscaloosa, you don't have any idea who they are. And that's just fine. That's just how it goes. So really, we always tell people, like, while you are rewarded 7 levels deep, don't think about that. There's really not much you can do to have a big impact on the depth of your profit share, but the width of your profit share is totally within your control. So I would just say, and there's a white paper. I'll post this in the Facebook group after the team meeting today. There's a white paper all around, you know, Keller Williams, we're a systems company, we're a research company. So we looked into it to figure out, how do people get $1 million? And so there's a white paper that was written about it. And the bottom line is, if you could, it's kind of a race to getting 15 people in your first level. If you can get those 15 people, you can pretty much just kind of coast. And it would be my goal, like anybody in this room, anybody watching, anybody whoever wants to not pay to be at Keller Williams, I would love to build that strategy with you. Because between disappearing cap, which is a reward that we'll talk about in a second, between disappearing cap and profit share, I could put you on a plan where in 3 years, you literally don't ever have to pay to be here ever again. How cool would that be? Yeah. And then more and more and more and more. So, so how do you build your tree? You do it by relating, referring, and recruiting. Now, agents you do deals with are probably the easiest people to get into a conversation with about KW, because especially, you know, especially those ones that you do, you know, you just really kind of get to know them. Maybe it's just you send them a handwritten thank you card after the transaction, and then reach out a couple weeks later and just say, hey, you know, I really love doing business with you. I'd love to take you to coffee. Let's talk shop. Also past clients. It's surprising how many people, especially right now, thinking about another career, maybe they've been in the service industry and they just don't have the job security that they wanted, or they've thought about real estate for a long time and this is just maybe like a launching point for them. So, and also in terms of just reaching out to your client base, what a great reach out is to say, hey, our office is growing, our teams are hiring, and if you've ever thought about a career in real estate, I would love to have a conversation with you. It's just one more touch to your database, which subtly reminds them that you're a realtor. So, I mean, inevitably, when you put a blast out like that, you're probably going to get some phone calls just related to buying and selling real estate, but also a great way to build your profit share. So you could think about, you know, who would you want to bring into the company? And so I would just encourage you to kind of think about this. We won't do an activity together right now, but just be thinking about who are the people that you've done deals with this year maybe, or even going back to last year, that you could start to re-engage. Or if you already have a good relationship with them, just ask them, hey, you know, would you be willing to have a conversation with Melissa? I really, you know, here are the 3 things that I love about KW. And, you know, I know the company that you're at because we were there together, and I can just tell you that this is, you know, this has been the changes in my business, and I would love to talk to you about that. Whatever your story is, just, you know, plant the seed with them and just ask them if they'd be open to a conversation. Remember, you don't have to do the recruiting. So it's not like you have to be like, oh my gosh, I have to understand how all the financials work, and I have to understand, like, oh, just have to know everything. You only have to know your story, and you only have to come from a place of just like, I just want to connect with you. I care about you. You could probably make more money here than you can where you're currently at, and you know, I just want to be helpful, and I like working with you. I'd love to have you in my office. And then it's just simply a connection to me. So where can you find people to build relationships with? let's talk about that. Where can you find people to, who's got ideas? Who's got ideas for where you could find some people to build relationships with? Profit share. Yes.
Your sphere.
Yes, your
I
sphere.
was actually on the call with someone that I was just checking it up with on buying and selling, and she was telling me that she's an assistant for like a teaching thing, and she's like, she's sounding pretty, glum about everything right now. And she's like, I don't know if I'm work in fall, I don't know, and I'm like, and so we just had this conversation.
Oh, wow. How
now,
funny.
and so we're gonna meet for coffee and talk a little bit more about real estate.
Awesome. Awesome. Any other ideas? So sphere would be a great place for sure. Again, it's just another touch that's real estate related. Anybody have other ideas of where you can find people to build relationships with? I'm gonna tell you what Olivia does.
I was just gonna say, I just stepped out to use the bathroom, sorry, I'm sorry that said it, but Melissa loves it when we go out to eat together, or get a glass of wine because they're great servers and bartenders. And
Always.
Melissa's, right?
In every city.
Yeah, in every city.
Yeah.
Because they're great.
Yeah.
The servers and bartenders, Gary Keller has always said, make the best real estate agents because they understand service, they understand the hustle, they understand customer, just that relationship building.
Yes.
And the good ones are really good at it.
Yeah.
What were you doing when you got into real estate?
Bartending.
There you go.
10 years ago.
And teachers and nurses.
Caring, helping professions.
And
Yes.
car salesman. Yep.
And yes, yes, that's for sure.
Your own client.
Yes, yeah. How many people in this room have ever had somebody say to them, "Oh, you're in real estate? I've thought about being in real estate." I have this conversation constantly with people. I promise you there are at least 5 people in your sphere who've thought about getting into real estate. And so they're really all around you. And if it's not them, it might be somebody that they care about. While we're on a slide, I just want to talk to you also about, I don't have a slide for this, but I want to talk to you about a couple of special things about Keller Williams Preferred Realty. So we have the disappearing cap here. So what that looks like is when you refer somebody to this market center. So remember, profit share happens all across Keller Williams. So somebody joins the company. That's why when you're traveling and so forth, it's great. Uber drivers are also a great conversation to have. Like, hey, you're obviously very personable. Have you thought about real estate? Bank tellers. I mean, I don't go into a bank anymore, but it used to be a good way. I think you can still go in a bank. I don't actually. I think they still have banks. I'm not sure. Just anybody in the service, hairdressers, bartenders, and servers. The other thing about them is that they really only have, there's only like a certain length of lifespan that you can stand on your feet and just be worn down every day. And so their bodies start to kind of, tell them it's time to stop that profession too. But so disappearing cap. This one, I'm gonna say it, and then if you have questions, we can talk about it. But disappearing cap, it happens in this office. If somebody joins a team, if somebody joins like your team, if you're building a team and you bring somebody on, or if they join someone else's team, those team members are on a quarter cap. That's how much they pay. So they don't pay $19,500 to be in a company. Their company dollar is $4,875. So the reward is a quarter of what you'd get for. So bottom line is it's $1,000 for somebody who joins a team. We take that off of your cap. So $19,500 down to $18,500. Okay. If somebody joins, not a team, but they come to us and they're new or they're newer, like maybe they've only done a few transactions somewhere else or they're brand new to the business, $2,000 off of your cap. So we'll reward you for that. $2,000 off of your cap for that year. Now your cap is from $19,500 to $17,500 if that's the only person you brought in. If you recruit somebody who's a capper, so a capping agent at another company, they've sold 10 houses at an average of $250,000 sales price. So they sell $2.5 million. That's when you're going to cap. So if they're a capper at another company or more, $5,000 off of your cap. $5,000.
If one person a quarter joins the company because you encourage them, you don't pay anything to be here.
Say that again?
If 4 people, one person a quarter, join this company, that's $20,000. You now have a $500 credit for next year. And it does roll over. Sometimes people say, well, what if I recruit 5 people? Great, now you're just banked for next year. So it's not like we say, oh, you can only do 4 in a year. So it's truly, and just remember, profit share, disappearing cap, 2 separate things. Profit share and disappearing cap happen, you get both for people who come here. Profit share from other places though, it's unlimited. Both are unlimited. Okay, any questions about that? One other benefit I want to talk to you about is our tuition reimbursement. Just want to make that super clear. When you're having these conversations and they say, oh, yeah, you know, I've thought about it, I'm not sure, you know, maybe, great opportunity for you to say, well, if you end up joining Keller Williams, they actually have a tuition reimbursement program. And so what does that look like? On a person's first 3 transactions, they're going to get a $250 credit, a bonus, let's call it. And quite honestly, if you played your cards right, if you use the 40% off coupon with the CE shop or whatever, you could probably get your classes for less than $750. And we would essentially be paying that person to get their real estate license. That's so cool. That's so cool. So anyway, any questions about any of the benefits, Jessica?
Do you have any agents that have done this?
That have done the disappearing cap?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Is there anybody in this room who's had money taken off of their cap because they have recruited somebody into the company?
I know Dwayne has.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. Actually, we have a lot. We have a lot. And in fact, everybody on that slide that we shared in the team meeting, we are in the team meeting, that we shared earlier in the team meeting, all of those people recruited somebody to the company, so part of their cap was disappeared. So yes, we have lots of people, but we could certainly have more. I would love it for each and every one of you. I would love it if none of you paid to be here and we were growing the market center that fast. That would be so great. So how do you start the conversation? You just start it. Share a real compliment, ask them for input or expertise. I always think, like, if you go to an open house or if you show a property and it's just really well presented, and they've got, you know, they just did a really nice job, I just extend a compliment to them, and then set up a time to meet. Hey, you know, it's always good to add another professional to your network. So, you know, just set up a time for them to grab coffee with them. And then look for opportunities to help them, then refer them to the team leader. Opportunities to help them could look like inviting them to classes. That's probably the most common thing that people do, is to just say, hey, our training room is always open to people from all brokerages. Would love to have you join me at this awesome agent financials class that the financial guru in our office is teaching. So anything that we're offering is available to guests. So. All right, so get out, get to know them, share insights, support them, ask them about themselves. I mean, these are just, you know, relationship building advice pieces here. Share your business tools and insights. If you know, maybe you took a CMA class, and you know, this is another suggestion, is anytime you take a class, take some notes and then just send them an email and say, hey, I was in this awesome class. I took like 10 pages of notes. I typed up a few of the highlights. Would you want me to send them to you? That's a great way for you to build engagement. Be open to any outcomes. You know, don't worry about it. I actually, we did this as a leadership team. Somebody joined our company last year, and that relationship started with, so it was Chase. So Chase joined the company. Chase, if you're still on, hi Chase. Chase joined the company. The first person who talked to him, he did a transaction with Janie Tudewal. And I think from the time that they did the transaction and they started the conversation to the time that he joined was like 3 years. So be open to any outcomes, meaning it may take people a while. They'll make the change when they're ready. And then time enriches the relationship, like it's true in all relationships. So there you go. And come from contribution. Here's just some things that you might be able to give them. Some insights from a team meeting, a GPS worksheet, a 411 worksheet. You can give them a copy of any of our books, The One Thing, the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, Millionaire Real Estate Investor, or Shift. Great ideas. And then refer them to the team leader. Here's a script.
I love doing transactions with you. You are awesome. I told Melissa just the other day how great you are. She's going to be calling you to thank you for the way that you do business. Will you promise to take her call? Pretty simple. Pretty simple. And then, you know, just clarifying that it's not about recruiting. It's really about figuring out if they're a good match for us. So here we go. What not to say, I think you guys know these things. We just definitely don't want to ever say anything negative about someone else's company. The great thing about real estate and the great thing about real estate companies is that there's something for everyone. Sometimes though, people are mismatched and we have an opportunity to bring them to the place where they might have a better match. Would never say anything bad about someone else's broker or anything negative about what you think that they might be experiencing. We don't know what's going on in people's world. So just come from curiosity. I have more slides in here than I thought. Must be getting close to the end. Right?
Are you sure there's more?
Oh no, maybe not. That's it. No, I was
Like, I
like,
can't click
and
anymore.
I was like, man.
I forgot to put that video there.
Yeah, exactly. All right, any questions about profit share? At the end of this month, on the 29th, we are having a class. It's on the training calendar. Aaron Kaufman will be teaching a 1-hour class. And I mean, I've been to a class with him for 5 hours, so he's going to condense a lot of information. So you're going to just want to be ready to just pay very close attention. But Aaron Kaufman is kind of known in the company as the person who understands profit share at the highest level. He's going to give you a lot of great ideas for how you can grow your profit share. And so I would encourage you to be sure you put that on your calendar. And I'm always here to answer questions about profit share. I'm always here to talk to you about anybody who you've done deals with that you want to, talk about. So, yes. All right. Yes, Lisa.
Question, how many agents do we have in this office now?
154.
What's our goal?
1,000,000.
300.
Yeah.
300 plus.
Yeah. We can easily be a 300 person market center. Yes.
I think something too, if you're recruiting, being a new agent, because Melissa actually did this with me, is she knew I was going to be taking my test, so she sent me a study sheet. And it was huge. It was stuff that I hadn't thought of, and it was nice to be able to just sit down and do it. So if you know somebody that wants to get their license, offer to study with them, offer to help them get their license, because it's intimidating.
Yep, that's
And
what
I
I
think
did.
that's huge because it's terrifying.
Yes. That's so true. It's hard. That's hard.
I know about the training. That's kind of what brought me on before I knew about Keller Williams. I just searched up on Google. Google did all of the work for me.
Oh, wow. Go Google.
Like it said the best training and stuff. So that's kind of like why I wanted to join Keller Williams too.
So good.
Yeah, that's what I did. A friend of mine was taking the test in Illinois, and I knew him from college, and I called him, and he said, "Who are you with?" And I said, "Call me." And I was so passionate about Keller Williams. I mean, you could tell the passion, and then I said, because he Googled, and where he was moving to, there's a big team right there, so he wanted to join that team. I mean, their website, and I said, wait. So I talked to Melissa, and then Melissa called the OP, was it the OP?
Team leader.
The team leader, and set up an appointment, and he was blown away. This guy is a Iraq vet, he's a vet, and so I think the team leader is also a vet, and that military connection. And their office is an old bank building, so it's like, oh my goodness, what is this? But when he went in, he was blown away by the decor and everything. I mean, in 2 hours he had signed.
Yeah.
And,
I got a text from.
Yeah.
You see her?
Yeah.
I could definitely tell that Melissa just cared about me. That was huge.
Yes.
Yeah, it was huge. She didn't know if I would come here, where I would go, and yeah, so it's huge. As long as you're encouraging them to do well, it really has an impact.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, make it a great day. Good to see all of your faces. Yay. It's a great day, Keller Williams.
You meet Maria?
I need a closing.